Hello there, everyone. Ashnflash here. Today, I'm joined by my friend Justin, or just2good, as many of you know him as. So I thought that it'd be fun to just sit down and talk with him about Fantastic Beasts, as he's a big Potter fan. So we haven't talked about it yet, personally. So I just want to hear his thoughts. Also, full spoilers for the movie. If you haven't seen it yet, don't watch this video because we're going to talk about it all here. So,
Yeah,
what'd you think?
spoiler alert. Yeah, it was like Solo. It was a very average, almost boring experience,
Mm.
which is kind of a letdown because just like Solo, you expect more from the Star Wars films, while you expect more from the Harry Potter universe. I think it was probably the worst Harry Potter universe movie. Like, it wasn't absolutely terrible, but it's my least favorite for sure.
Wow,
What do you
that's
think?
interesting. I
Like,
thought,
ranking.
oh, ranking wise,
Yeah.
I don't think this was as good as the first Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, the first Fantastic
Um,
Beast was decent, I guess. Like even that one I wasn't like a huge fan of, but I thought it was decent. It was all right. This one I think
actually,
was worse.
thinking about it, like what you just said about Solo, this actually reminds me more of Rogue One because
Really?
the movie was so boring from start to like end act. Like right at the end, that's when everything started picking up, and where
Yeah.
to me it was most interesting.
Interesting. I liked. I think I liked the. I think I liked the beginning the best, honestly, which is kind of funny. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I thought it was. I have written here. I just said, in one word, it's a mess. Like
yeah, that
there
makes
was
sense.
just
Too much
so
stuff.
much,
Yeah,
and I don't know why. Like they kept introducing new characters and doing all this. They just did so much
yeah.
and not in a good way.
They could have trimmed down a lot of it. Like for me, my favorite moments were like the Jacob stuff. I still think
Hmm.
Jacob's a great character, and he's like the most interesting in my opinion because he's this. We've never had that where we have this. We don't have too much on like the nomads, the Muggles of like these worlds,
Yeah.
but he's just thrust into the situation, and he's such a cheerful, like, fun guy.
Yeah.
Newt was a little bit better in this movie than the first movie. I really didn't like him in the first movie. This one, like, I actually felt something for his relationship with Tina,
Hmm.
but Tina was in there for like 5 seconds. Like, out of all the main characters, she had the least amount of screen time.
Yeah. Now I
So
know you
that
like
kind of
Queenie.
sucked.
Where you? How did you feel about her?
Yeah, I liked her in the movie until like the middle where she gets lost and then all of a sudden she just becomes brainwashed and evil, which
Yeah.
obviously Grindelwald's up to no good with that. I don't think it's like her genuine feeling, but if it is, that's pretty bad. She just turns her back on Jacob so quickly.
Which like I don't understand because when they're all in the the cemetery, right? He's
Hmm.
talking about his plans and everything. And then he's like, "I'm not here to kill muggles." And then he's just like, "But just kidding. Here's what the future's going to look like and here's why we need to kill the muggles."
Hmm.
Why would Queenie join
That's what
him?
I'm saying. She has to be like under a spell or something. Like there's no way because remember she went missing and then Grindelwald
That's
approached her and then they
true.
cut. But like it's for that. It's just like come on. I don't want no brainwashing. Like brainwashing is like it's such a unsatisfying like plot element
Mhm.
because basically you're having a character go out of character and then once
Yeah.
that's resolved, there's not much you could do. So
Did
yeah.
uh did you have a hard time understanding Newt?
No, actually I didn't. That's
For
interesting. You had
me,
that
for
problem?
me, right at the beginning, they had the weird camera shots where they were switching in between him looking um at who was it? Lita and Theseus. I don't
Hmm.
know. Those camera shots were so weird, and then he just said something, and I didn't understand what he said. But anyways, that's me problem
Interesting.
probably.
Yeah, I liked the escape, but yeah, I remember now. I'm starting to remember that. I was like, yeah, that scene was kind of boring. I liked, I actually did like with that scene. I liked his brother in the movie because I thought, okay, his brother's going to turn
Hmm.
evil. His brother's going to be evil.
Yeah, I thought that the whole time too, but
But his brother, he just wanted the best for Newt. Like he even
hmm
got him a job interview and everything like that.
yeah, I thought
Like,
that was interesting.
so yeah, I like that. I like that dynamic. That was an interesting dynamic that they had.
Yeah, every time he was calling him to come, like he was like, "All right, everyone, like come down who wants to join me." I kept expecting him to just like go down, but
hmm
nope.
Yeah, there was also I didn't like Lita Lestrange's story really at all. When she
Yeah,
was
that
on screen,
was
yeah, it was just like they put her on. even more than Tina, and like it just kind of muddled the relationship. Like
Mm-hmm.
time that they could have spent with Tina, I think that was a character that they introduced. And then there's Credence's whole story in this movie was, I was like, can we stop cutting to this guy? Because first off, I don't care. Second off, you killed him off in the first movie. Now you're just bringing him back.
Yeah.
Third off, now he's freaking Dumbledore's third brother second brother that they never mention in the whole Harry Potter mythos. They never mention, like.
So you're off board.
Yeah. Like they're gonna be like, I don't know what they're gonna do. They're gonna be like, they're gonna like erase Dumbledore's memory or some crap. I don't know. But I don't know.
So someone said, and this is what I hear a lot of people saying,
Mm-hmm.
is that they're like, well, Grindelwald or Grindelwald, whoever wants to say it, they were like, he's lying to him, which is the same thing with Kylo and Rey, and I'm like, just because you don't like what happened in a movie doesn't mean that you get to go, oh, well, obviously that character's lying to him because there's a better reason for this character to exist, or they have a better backstory. Like,
if they
it's
do that,
just so dumb.
that's going to be worse than having him have a third brother, because then that's just a total cop-out.
Yeah, just to see how like fans reacted to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you put this there, you better have a darn good reason in the third movie to have him be Dumbledore's second brother. Like,
why is that even like? First of all, how does Grindelwald even know about this?
That's I didn't even think about that. Right?
How does he know this? How does he have the Phoenix?
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm like, it can't be a trick because like there was the Phoenix there.
Yeah, there was the Phoenix,
Yeah.
and we also know that like Dumbledore has to beat him, because he has to have the Elder's Wand.
Yeah.
Which I posted on my Instagram. I don't know if you saw that, but
yeah, I saw that it was inaccurate or whatever.
Yeah, the Grindelwald Brickheads comes with a brown wand instead of the dark tan that the figures and the Albus Brickheads have.
Yeah.
But what else did I write here? When wizards can fly, when wizards can teleport, why did Flamel take so long to show up and save the day?
There was a lot of times where they're like, why aren't people just apparating out of this place? Like,
Yeah.
Like, there's so many times where I could have said that, like, why aren't people apparating? But that's the problem with the whole Harry Potter series, where, like, why don't you use this spell in this situation? And then they'll have just a spell that does anything, like, I don't know. Also, there was, let me think, Dumbledore...
Well, I have more of a... Here's something. Not, like, necessarily, oh, well, they could have used this spell. Just a common logic thing. As a teacher, if you see that a child's greatest fear is a dead floating baby, you don't think to like find out more about that?
Yeah, to be fair, no, it didn't look like. Did it look like a dead floating baby when they first showed
I
it?
think that we weren't necessarily supposed to. Well, still, even if you question a student, like you question a student, like what the heck was that?
He doesn't want to ask.
Oh my goodness.
I guess.
Know. Also, I guess she failed the class because she couldn't like ridiculous it.
Maybe he just gave a pass. He was just like, okay, we
tried.
Understand that looks dark. I don't want to dwell on it. But yeah, the controversial thing is, do you think they copped out when they didn't show too much of the gay relationship that J.K. Rowling's always bringing up?
I mean, there was just, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, like, what was the point of that?
I know, like, she does this where, like, she just mentions stuff outside of the canon, and now it's conflicting. Now they have to show something in movie 3.
They had the thing when their little blood pact, and he was, like, smiling when he was like, looking back at the thing.
They're more than brothers. Yeah, he was like, we were closer than brothers, It's like, I could see that ticking off a lot of people that they didn't go full in, but...
And does no one know this, like, outside of them? Because when they're like, hey, can you go fight him? He's like... No, and he's got like this smile on his face, like I don't know. It was just so weird.
There was just a lot of odd choices in this movie of just what they showed and what they didn't show. Like I said, there was so much wasted time. Anything with the why isn't a genie in this freaking movie? Why is that a thing? Like, what was the point of that? Like, really, what was the point of that?
I thought that was so dumb, because
I don't.
They said at the end, well, she's gonna turn into a snake and then she'll never be able to turn back into anything or back into human form. She literally turns into the old lady in the second last film. So how they just did a plot hole right there.
I didn't even think about that. Apparently the films aren't canon anymore because
Oh
In
my
the
gosh.
films, they had a picture of Newt, and it said that he died in '92 or something like that. I don't
Oh,
know.
but I
But
also
he's
heard
really
that he
alive.
lives
Yeah, exactly. So
because he has the
that's what I
kid.
heard. I heard the canon was like the books, and then these movies are canon, but the movies, the Harry Potter movies, aren't technically canon.
Interesting. So they're
Yeah.
writing their own thing right now.
But it's just there was just too much stuff going. There was so many plots that could have been cut. They should have focused more on the main characters.
Mm-hmm.
They shouldn't have gone back on a lot of things. I guess Jacob's explanation was fine, but maybe that's because I like Jacob as a character.
Yeah.
Because he was like, "Oh, I only forgot the bad things or whatever."
Yeah, I didn't really. That didn't sit well with me. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
because it
Fair.
made
Oh yeah,
everyone
fair.
forget things. And
Yeah,
then,
like
what if
he
some
remembered who
guy?
Credence was in the movie.
Oh yeah,
So
he
like, isn't that a
remembered
bad thing?
everything.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
don't
she
worry,
filled
Queenie
him
filled
in.
him in.
Yeah. My
Like,
favorite
she
spell
goes
though.
from wine to yeah. What were you gonna say?
My favorite spell in the whole thing was the handcuff thing, where they
Which
just
handcuff
came
thing?
up with this thing where they could just monitor everyone. To me, that's like,
Oh
put those
yeah,
on
the
everyone.
wrists. Yeah.
Put them on everyone, so that's
Again, why
like,
haven't they used this spell before? Like ever?
think of it like a car, like a dash cam. That's like,
Mhm.
oh, well, obviously Albus is conspiring against the Ministry. We're gonna put a thing on him. Well, then you'll
Yeah.
know if he is or isn't. Like,
Yeah.
it's so dumb, that spell.
Yeah. They just like I said. I feel like that's a problem with just Harry Potter. Like they'll bring up a spell that they could use in a specific situation and then never use it again. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like with Grindelwald, they could have just put the cuffs on him, and then they're like,
Mhm.
oh, he used Polyjuice Potion or whatever else, like
Yeah.
to switch. Also, they can just turn into anyone they want now without Polyjuice. Like those are spells that they're doing,
Yeah.
right?
I don't know. You're right. Yeah. There's just a lot about this movie. It's just I don't know. I'm not even excited for the next one.
I think
Like
I'm more excited about that than I am for this, which is
because well, maybe it's like a what will they do? Because like they've just like
3 more of these.
three more. I know. They need to get like a new. I don't even know. Like David Yates has been directing the last I don't know 5 or 6 Harry Potter films, and they're looking just all the same now. Like I want some new flavor in there. J.K. Rowling, I don't know if she should write the script. Maybe get her to like write the story.
Yeah, this felt
based
too much
off of
like
that
a
story.
book.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Like
it
you're
just felt like
switching
all these
perspectives.
pointless subplots and stuff. Yeah. Like the Harry Potter books the Harry Potter movies left out a lot of things from the books, and in my opinion, this was probably for the best because there's so many. The books are so big, you need to fit them into a 2-hour movie. This one, they tried fitting all these different subplots in, and it was just like, what? I don't even know how half these people like. Who was that guy who was like conspiring with Grindelwald, and Newt saw him in the beginning, and he was like, "Oh, I don't like that guy."
The guy that broke him out.
That broke Grindelwald out. I don't know if it was him. No, he was the one who killed Credence's caretaker that he met with.
Oh yeah, I felt like I needed to know who that was. Like when he came on
Exactly.
screen, he's like, oh, what did he say? He said something like, you shouldn't trust him, or I don't know what that was.
Mm-hmm.
I felt
Newt
like I
was,
needed to know
freaking out.
him,
Yeah.
and then it's just some nobody. He doesn't even. I went on the Harry Potter wiki to like, I was like, I felt like I should know this, and he has nothing on him.
Really?
So
I thought he
don't
was
know.
like, was he like from the first movie or something? But apparently not. So.
I thought maybe he was like someone down the line, like maybe that. I thought that was maybe gonna be Mad Eye Moody or something. I don't know, but it was such a mess.
Yeah, like and think about it, they didn't have to have Lita Lestrange in this whole movie. There was no point of her story, because even though they revealed the Credence stuff, they revealed the Credence stuff through Grindelwald. So like, what was the point of having her in this? Like, she had no effect to like what went down. Maybe somebody in the comments will be like, "Oh well, she actually." I was like, "Come on!" Like that was a subplot they could have easily got rid of.
Yeah.
The Credence stuff, I get they want to do this Dumbledore's second brother twist, but like, why'd they bring him back in the first place? Because he died, and it was just so boring. Like,
well, they for Lita, they needed to have the flashbacks to like Hogwarts because they needed to show that to get people into the theaters.
exactly, yeah, right, exactly. Like, oh look, Hogwarts, like,
Yeah. Which was fine. It works, obviously.
I mean, I there was some good. I guess like when they said like McGonagall, like that was fine.
Yeah.
But,
I was
like,
gonna
having
say
Nagini
the good.
in this movie
That was on my
yeah,
list. Yeah.
That was good. Yeah, because it was like the Nagini thing was just I don't get it, but like the McGonagall thing, that was a fine little reference. It's like, oh, I think there was like a relative of Seamus in there, Seamus or something.
Oh,
Seamus,
yeah.
I can't say.
Supposedly, though, McGonagall again. So if the movie Harry Potter films aren't canon, then this doesn't matter. But she said, "Oh, I've been teaching for 39 years," and that was like when you do the math, it doesn't add up that she's been there since before 1927, which is when the film takes place.
Oh, interesting.
So,
yeah.
but that young Newt casting, like 10 out of 10, like that. He
Oh yeah, that was
like exactly
that was
like
perfect.
him.
I was like, did they dub over him with like Eddie Redmayne's voice?
Yeah, that was really good. Just his mannerisms though,
Mhm.
like I don't know, that was really good.
That was good. No, that was good. Yeah, I didn't mind that. His part, but again, the lead up part is just like having her. Maybe they could have told the flashbacks through Newt, but then again, there would be a place. I don't know, man. I just want them to focus more because here's the thing. I like Jacob. Newt was fine in this movie. Tina was fine in this movie, but I don't really care about their adventures as much. They need to work on that and make us care about their adventures like we cared about, Harry, Ron, and Hermione's adventures. Because they still haven't sold a lot of people on this series, or at least me. I don't know.
I don't think this helped though.
Yeah, this didn't help. I mean, it was worse than the last one, and I don't know what else was there.
What did you think of the Beasts? Because we're in the Fantastic Beasts. What did you think of all the new ones?
Well, I was gonna say one of the sets would be the Chinese dragon thingy.
Yeah, I have that here. A
Yeah.
circus escape with
That's the set
Credence
idea.
and Nagini probably, and the Chinese cat thing. I don't know what it was called.
That would be a cool set.
What else did we see? What did you think of like the water thing?
The water thing.
The water thing, with the flirting assistant.
For a split second.
Yeah.
That was like 1 second.
People were like, the baby Nifflers are gonna be like the new Porgs. They were on screen for like 10 seconds. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. They did so much.
I don't know what they wanted to do. But I mean, it's good that I wanted them to show more beasts. I mean, it's called Fantastic Beasts. And the Crimes of Grindelwald. What did Grindelwald do in the movie?
He didn't.
He killed like a toddler. And
No, he didn't though. He didn't, because he got the assistant to.
Yeah, like they showed Grindelwald for like 10 minutes.
What did you think of him? What did you think of Johnny Depp?
I mean, there's a lot of controversy going around with him. I'm just judging him based off of this.
Yes,
yeah. Who's right, who's wrong.
Yeah.
But like off of this movie, I mean, he's Johnny Depp, so he does have some acting chops, but I didn't have enough to see him do anything really.
No, I thought. Yeah, I think he was pretty good. I thought it was interesting. He's American playing someone British, which I feel like J.K. Rowling would be against.
Yeah, right. No, but he's not British. He's not British though.
He's Canadian, or he's American. Sorry, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know he's American, but no, he's in the movie. He's not.
Oh, he's not.
It's Polish or something.
Oh.
Hold up one second.
Okay.
Let me see. It's Grindelwald. Let's see. He's from. This is great.
What did you think of his little quip?
Which quip?
He's like, "Oh, I hate Paris," or whatever. Like, that was so dumb. Took me right out of the movie. It was such a Johnny Depp thing. Like, it was a Captain Jack Sparrow quip.
Yeah, what was one he threw the thingy? He threw like the little creature in the beginning.
Oh yeah, he's so clingy or whatever. So needy or something.
So needy. Yeah, that was a quip. That was ooh. Yeah. He's. I don't know. If he's somewhere, he's European somehow, not British though.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll go with he's Austrian because
Grindelwald.
the tower or whatever was at the end in Austria.
I thought the cemetery would be at like the graveyard of where they fought in Goblet of Fire, but
yeah, that was it was in Paris.
That final battle wasn't even that interesting. I mean, come on.
No, they didn't even do anything. They stuck their wands in the dirt.
Yeah, why was Nicholas Flamel in this movie anyways? Like,
well, you got to see the Philosopher's Stone.
That was so cool exciting. For like a split second. Yeah, it was like for 1 second. Was that just nostalgia pandering? Like a lot of these characters, again, this is like they introduced all these characters, but they didn't focus on the main characters, and they didn't focus on the characters they introduced too much. Besides Lita Lestrange, who they killed off, so it's like,
what was the point?
Yeah, that's what
again,
I'm saying.
Like
if they're
Rogue
making
One,
this 5
you introduce all these characters, then you kill them off at the end.
Yeah, I see that one I mind less though because that was a one-off movie. This is only 5 freaking movies, and you could tell it doesn't feel like it has a conclusion. Is my point.
I don't think they know what they're doing. Much like the Marvel, unlike DC films. Oh, again, Warner Brother property. They don't have an idea of 5 films down the line. This is what we're gonna do. This is gonna connect to this. Blah blah. They don't have
Yeah,
that, I don't
apparently
think.
with the Lego movies too, because Lego Ninjago was something.
Mm.
Apparently Lloyd is in the Lego Ninjago movie too. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I heard that.
The regular one leaked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else do I have here? Oh, one of the greatest wizards of all time, and he doesn't even realize that one of the most important possessions he has is being stolen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right.
Like, and also no one noticed this. There's hundreds of people. They're all looking at him. It's not like
Did
when
they even show
Niffler steals
Niffler stealing
something.
it?
Yeah, he showed him like up next to his leg.
Oh,
Like
I
he
didn't see
was like
that.
crawling around. But like
Yeah.
Niffler steals stuff, no one notices, I understand. No one's paying attention. But everyone in the room is looking at him and he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't get noticed. I don't know.
Yeah. Again, just
I don't
these little.
know.
I don't know, man.
But
What else?
anything else for sets you think of? I mean, you always say more accurate hair pieces for the two of them.
Yeah, that was he especially knew. I'm looking at this whole movie. I'm like, how does Lego get that this is
Yeah.
spiky hair? It does like it does, they could have done other ones like Lloyd's hair from Ninjago movie, even like the Anakin Skywalker hair, something like that.
Yeah, anything I think would have been
Anything would have been better than what they had. Like the skater dude's hair would have been better. Like I don't know why they're using the spiky hair. Yet they have the budget to make a freaking strudel piece.
better. That's
Like I
true.
don't get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Queenie's hair in this movie was like yellow, right? Was that?
Yeah, it was a little weird,
Yeah.
a little off.
So.
Um, so looking at the one Fantastic Beasts Crimes of Grindelwald set, how do you feel that represents the movie as a whole?
I mean, it's like I like that set a lot, and like, it wasn't very accurate because wasn't Pikiri like not even in like
No.
fighting off Grindelwald?
She was.
But-
They left her back at the Ministry.
While it isn't accurate, it makes sense. Like I like that set still. I wouldn't have had it any different. Maybe have like a carriage driver, but you know that's adding
Yeah.
to the set. Because like you know, Pikiri doesn't come in any of the other sets, so it makes sense to put her there. And yeah, I mean, I didn't mind. I don't mind that set based
just-
off accuracy.
Yeah, I guess. But it's just weird to include something from like the first few minutes of the entire film. Like, I don't know. And there's not even a beast in it. It's Fantastic Beasts. They could have put the little creepy little thing there.
Yeah.
I also thought of maybe a Newt's home. I don't know. That'd be cool.
Newt's
Like
home.
I feel
Oh,
like they could
the
do something
inside?
clever like that. With that, like
Yeah.
they did with the suitcase. Because all those, like, that was cool. I always loved, like, I loved the
Who was
suitcase in
that
the
person
first
who was
one.
looking over his stuff?
I don't know. That was weird.
Yeah, like they just never explain. And then it looked like she had some like interest in him because she
Yeah.
said something.
She said, wouldn't it be easier if you took your shirt off or whatever?
Yeah,
I was like, oh, okay.
he gets all the girls. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But
Anything else?
I don't have much else. I mean, that's it. That's the movie.
That's the movie. That's the Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. Crimes of Grindelwald that he gets other people to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like,
thank you, man. Thank you
no
for
problem.
coming and doing this.
No problem.
Anyways, guys, you can find Just Too Good's channel linked down below, as well as his Twitter and Instagram and everything else. And hope you all like this, and I'll see you all in the next video.